Good evening, and welcome to the 7 o'clock news. My name is Stephen Armstrong, and tonight's spotlight is one for the millennials. The topic is, what is the right of publicity, and how does it relate to modern technology, specifically social media? Social media makes it easy to copy, paste, and share, but where is the line drawn? Before we begin, a thank you to the researchers at 5 Girls and a Guy, who provided the information for our segment. Now, over to Marissa.
Thanks, Stephen. So what exactly is an individual's right of publicity? Essentially, it ensures the protection of your identity. In this instance, your identity can consist of aspects such as your name, picture, voice, and likeness. These aspects of your identity are protected against unauthorized commercial use, with a few exceptions. If it sounds very similar to copyright and trademark laws, that's because it is. Even more similarly, the right of publicity laws share the commonality of fair use in copyright cases, called transformative use in right of publicity cases. In connection to trademarks, right of publicity laws share the common goal to eliminate public confusion between products, or in this case, people. Media and the First Amendment make it tricky because factual use of any content is not prohibited. Now, over to Erin to give us a little insight on how the right of publicity is relevant to your life in the new era of social media.
Thanks, Marissa. The right of publicity may seem as if it only affects celebrities. However, the right of publicity belongs to everyone. Nobody can commercially exploit your identity without your permission. If someone is violating your right of publicity, the violator can be forced to take down the content or even pay you monetary damages. Social media plays a huge role in the right of publicity. Some private companies use fake accounts to sell followers to celebrities, actors, athletes, directors, and many more. Twitterjacking, or the unauthorized copying of another's Twitter account, is a prime example of how social media is a major contribution to your right of publicity. Bot accounts are created by copying real accounts. Erin Barnes, a victim of Twitterjacking, claims that a bot was created from her account. The bot account used Mrs. Barnes' name, picture, and even had a picture of her family as the background. Jasmine Ortiz, a healthcare worker, was also a victim. Ms. Ortiz's account was copied dozens of times. Almost 75 of the fake accounts still exist. As you can see, the average person is not safe from impersonation.
In 2015, Paul Perkins brought the LinkedIn Corporation to court for an alleged violation of an individual's right of publicity. LinkedIn has a feature where users are able to connect their email account to their LinkedIn account and import their contacts to make it easier to find connections. If a user requests to connect with another user, but the other user does not accept or decline the connection, LinkedIn sends the user 2 reminder emails. Perkins argued that, while the individual consents to importing their contacts and sending the connection invitation, he or she does not consent to the reminder emails. This poses an issue regarding the right of publicity, since the reminder emails use the individual's name and likeness. Both the person's name and likeness are protected from unauthorized use under the right of publicity. Perkins won the case under the premise that the user did not consent for their name or likeness to be used with the reminder emails that LinkedIn sent. Individuals infected by LinkedIn's action were repaid in the form of financial compensation. LinkedIn has also added the reminder emails into their terms since the decision, so that the user must consent to their name and likeness being associated with the reminder emails.
A look back in time would show that the issue of technology crossing the lines of law is nothing new. Vanna White, the famous TV personality from Wheel of Fortune, filed suit against Samsung after an ad ran of a robot that looked too much like her to be a coincidence. Said robot was hosting a futuristic game show selling Samsung's products. Vanna claimed this lookalike caused viewers to mistake her as an endorser of the product. This case went to the Ninth Circuit Court. Under the Lanham Trademark Act and California common law, Vanna won the right to control her persona, which was a big win for celebrities fighting for their image.
There are millions of social media accounts impersonating real people that are spread across different platforms. These imposter accounts promote commercial products and celebrities, attack political candidates, and sowing discord. Numerous accounts distributed photoshopped images and fake information about the school shooting in Parkland, Florida. The accounts were also at the heart of the Russians' attempt to sway the 2016 presidential election in favor of Trump. Social media platforms have set up policies to shut down imposter accounts, but do they actually follow the policies? According to an investigation by the New York Times, social media companies generally fail to enforce the policies they created against impersonation. These fake accounts enable the spread of fake news and propaganda. Social media platforms' main business model is to gather the most active users as possible, so they make it relatively easy to create new accounts. They require proof of identity to shut down imposter accounts, but none to set one up. The companies automate the takedown or suspension of accounts as much as possible.
Thank you, Antonia. So there you have it, folks, the right of publicity. We want you all to understand that your name, picture, voice, and likeness are protected by it. We want you to be aware of the fake accounts, the bots that are on social media sites like Twitter and Instagram. They can be impersonating you. What can you do to protect yourself against this Twitter jacking? Be aware of what you give consent to. Look at what happened with Perkins versus LinkedIn. Without your consent, social media does not have the right to your name, picture, voice, or likeness. What does the future hold for the right of publicity? The big problem is the process of getting a fake account taken down. Sites like Facebook and Twitter require proof of identity to shut down a bot that is impersonating someone, but no identification is required to set an account up. Balancing ease of setup as well as user protection will be the future challenge for social media sites. And with that, we are out of time. Thank you for watching, and join us next week on our special on whether or not Saquon Barkley's child will declare for the draft. Thank you.